Hello, 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 hello. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is the morning of July 21st, and I am here to tell you that you're beautiful, and you are amazing, and that you are worthy, and that you are the captain of your own ship, and that the topic of today is going to be about insecurity. And just my take on what insecurity is, because I have gone through a lot of that, as you have known in my last talks. Because, insecurity is that thing that can stop you from being who you are. I am here to tell you that you can stop that feeling of insecurity so dead in its tracks, and you can stop it right away when it arises in your head and it says that you are insecure and that you're not worthy and that you are not good enough or whatever. Okay, so insecurity for me has risen because when I have done new things, and it is coming from my conditioned past, as well as we know, and that you have maybe figured out within yourself. And if you haven't, step back and take a look at this thing that rears its ugly head, and that is called insecurity. My friends, I just want to share with you that if you own everything about yourself, flaws and all, there is no reason to feel insecure. Because if you own it, that means that you are secure with yourself. So therefore you will do new things and you will change the way you live your life by just being aware of that monster that rears its ugly head and says those nasty things to you that you are not worthy. You know, we all do new things, and when we all do new things, it brings up this I've never done that before and I feel insecure. Well, I think more or less that, first of all, in your person, like your authentic person, you are already born secure in that respect. I really firmly believe that. I believe that when insecurity, which is the label that you give this emotion that you're having, that when that thought arises, I would suggest that to begin to heal that emotion, I think you can just straightly bypass it and just let go of it. But that's difficult for a lot of people, and that's difficult even sometimes for me, because the mind is and says many, many, many horrible things to you, and it can. And that is coming from your past. And certainly it has nothing to do with your future, because the future has never happened. And the past is something that we relive over and over and over until we are aware of it. And that feeling of insecurity arises, and you feel like shit, and you feel like, oh my God, I'm so stupid, and all this. Well, when that arises, I would counter it with being vulnerable, because vulnerability, which I have talked about before, is an amazing, absolutely amazing thing. When you're vulnerable, you can let go of what everybody thinks about. It doesn't feel comfortable, because you have been a slave to that voice, and you have maybe perhaps stopped yourself from doing things, or maybe you have done things and just risen above those thoughts, because our nature is, in a way, is to persevere and to rise above this and really start to recognize really who we are. And an insecurity is, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, because it is, it is for sure, for me, and I think for you, an illusion. Because when you are not born insecure. You know, all of us do some things well and some things not so well, and the more and more you practice certain things, you become better at it. And so therefore, you can decide in yourself what is that feeling that you have, or what is that emotion that is arising. And if it feels like insecure, you can slightly but surely start to change that by being aware of it. Vulnerability will change every bit of that. And once you get through that vulnerability and allow yourself to not know shit, then you can redefine yourself in an instant. And you can be secure with these so-called flaws that we have, and own it. Own all of your shit. Own it. And realize that it's not so bad. And when I think also about insecurity, a lot of people are perhaps labeling this insecurity about with intellect or something, or looks, or body image, or those kind of things that rise. You know, you are worthy regardless of what other people would think. And I think that most likely you're thinking about what other people think, and that's why you're insecure. And it becomes your identity because you're so used to doing that, and you're so used to playing the role of a victim in a sense. And you can stop that right dead in its tracks, I believe so. And you know, like I said, you know, insecurity is not a bad thing because it teaches you about yourself. But that label is maybe misplaced somehow. I have done a lot of jobs, a lot of things that I've never done before, and that I taught myself how to do it. And the feeling of insecurity rose, and I owned that. So then I could get to the work and start to create myself, and to create myself by being vulnerable and allowing myself to learn, and not to compare myself to others, and not to compare myself, my body image, or to the media, or any of this other crap that influences you. And you can change that for sure in yourself. So I believe that, again, insecurity is an illusion, but it's a powerful illusion, and it can make you believe that you are that. But you are not that. You are the beauty in every moment. You are worthy, you are valuable, and you are unique and special in yourself. And that feeling of insecurity, when it rises, let it pass by. And own it. And as soon as you own it, the ego cannot attach to the feeling of insecurity anymore, and make it such a big thing. The monster that rears its ugly head. The little head will poke itself out and go back down if you battle that with vulnerability. And owning the vulnerability, I don't know, I believe that has been so valuable for me to realize and to be aware of. And I today invite you to think about that. And with me, I would never think that anybody is insecure. I maybe label it as that, but I think that, I just think that it's just an illusion, and that we can overcome that really quickly. Make a decision in your mind to not have to please people. And you know, your enemies are looking for looking for that and to call you out on it, and they will maybe approve that feeling that you have, which is a crock of shit, basically, I think. I feel for you if you have the feelings of insecurity. I for sure have had them, and on this journey of mine, I've discovered that it's all an illusion in my head, and that if I wanted to accomplish anything in my life, which I desire to, and I had to let go of that insecurity so I could walk into a room and own my vulnerability so I could learn and take my power back, flaws and all, because it is your birthright, and you are, first of all, a beautiful being and whole and complete. So there you have it. That's what I think about insecurity. And I hope that you can start to think about that as well. I just want to share that with you. Okay. Hope it was helpful. And I don't know. It's a very interesting topic. Love you all and have a great, great day. And the next morning talk, this is Friday. So the next morning talk will be in Amsterdam when I'm back home. I'm so excited about going home. Oh, I can't wait to see my boyfriend. All right, I love you all, and thank you for stopping by, and see you next week. Ciao.